So this is Asakusa in beautiful Tokyo, the cultural heart of the city. This is an 8K sort of live stream. It's a premiere that you can chat in right now. I really do appreciate you watching this. This is the first one of these I've done before. Now, the live streams that I've done have been in 720p, and I've been waiting forever for the YouTube app to up the game, and I'm not gonna wait anymore. We're just gonna go ahead and skip HD and 4K and go straight to 8K. But I hope that this video is fun for you. It's just a test because you've been to Asakusa before. And we're doing more of these. The years go on with the Only in Japan Go channel. We can just make it live streams and 8K. It's pretty awesome. So let's just go ahead and get going. You can hear me. You can hear me with the mic on here. Well, no, the state of emergency just ended yesterday. This is Kaminarimon. This is the Chochin. It's was purchased by the president of Matsushita, which is now Panasonic. Matsushita is written here on the base of it, and underneath it you can see this really beautiful dragon pattern. Do you see that? Yeah, so there's a little bit of history behind this. It wasn't built until 1960, but for the longest time after a fire, they didn't have any Chochin there. This is Nakamise Dori. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's getting late. The sun is at a strange angle, so there are shadows here. So let's get to the side, and you'll be able to see a little bit better. Now, there's a lot of street food in Nakamise Dori, but I rarely buy anything on this street because it's just sort of really touristy. It's not that they're bad stuff, but for the longest time, a lot of these shops have not had to pay a lot of rent. It's been kind of rent controlled. And Taitoku, which is the ward that Asakusa is in here, is raising the rent, and so a lot of local businesses, grandmas and grandpas, have not been able to pay the rent. So you're seeing more chains coming in, new shops, mostly street food that are catering to the things that tourists want. We haven't had tourists here for a long time, so those shops did not do well. So we're gonna see. I think my feeling is that over the next 20 years, this is gonna turn into just like Asakusa, sorry, just like Harajuku. Harajuku's Takeshita Street, which used to have a lot of character and personality, but now very much looks like Tokyo Disneyland. A lot of chain shops came in here. They made it really beautiful, but it's still not the same as what it was when I first came here. It just had more character back then, more local business owners. But walking down this 250-meter walkway from Kaminarimon, the big outer gate, to the inner gate, which is straight ahead, it's pretty lively usually, especially on the weekends. But for the last year and a half, it's been very dead in the sense that just people are not coming because they're all staying at home. So you see there's some chopsticks, fans, senso, there's some kimonos. So you can kind of get an idea of who is the original business owner, who's been here for generations, and who is a new business owner, somebody who just came in, paying the higher rent. They close shop at around 4 p.m., which is pretty early. What? Look at these little hachikos are wearing face shields. That's pretty funny. Some of these shops, I don't even understand why there's a wig shop here, but probably a family-run business going back a couple of generations. Everybody's got a story here. So this is the Sony A1 camera filming in 8K, and I'm using a Samyang 18mm full-frame f2.8 lens, which weighs at 145 grams, which is perfect for doing gimbal work here. All right, let me pan around, and I'm gonna show you. I think they might show you the senbei that they're making here. Look at the artisanship. Wow, that's pretty cool. You can kind of look into the window as they're making the. He's really focused on that. Very cool. It smells good. So I get to the end of the street here. Well, I'm not gonna say end of the street. I'm not gonna go all the way to Sensoji. I'm gonna walk around and take you and loop you to Sensoji. I'm gonna go down Dempoin Street, which is a really pretty street going back, I don't know, since the Edo period. Now, World War II, the bombings in March 10th, 1945, totally devastated this area. So most of the shops here are new. I don't think there's the temple here has been completely reconstructed, and not a lot survived. So most of it dates back to the 1950s and 60s. A lot of the older buildings. There you've got the first shot of Tokyo Skytree, the largest freestanding tower in the world. Bonus points if you know how tall it is. 643 meters, I think. Now there's some street food here. You can see people lining up. That purple ice cream is Satsuma Imo, which is a sweet potato. All right, there's Dempoin Street right there. You can see the sign right in the middle of. Yeah, let's get out of these people's picture. The shadows are pretty harsh. It is nice. It's for a very long time we didn't have any people walking around here. It just felt dead. This is maybe the first time in a long time. All through the summer, through the Olympics, there weren't a lot of people here either. So it just feels different now. I'm gonna go ask the mochi maker if I can come back on Monday to film, because he said the weekend was not good. So this is what Dempoin Street looks like. It's a really colorful street. Literally, I mean, the street here is made of, looks like it's made of gold, but it's not. Now there's two street food places of interest. This is Asakusa Menshi, which is a very famous menshi katsu stand. This is Anshinya, which is a Taiwanese chicken, which is really good. But the menshi katsu on the weekend, the line is like 30 minutes long sometimes, and sometimes there's no line at all. It's weird. Right now the line looks like it's about 25 minutes long. I can estimate because I've had to stand in this line before. And on the weekdays, there's nobody. You can just walk in there and get one. Wow, the vibe is so different than it was a few weeks ago. And Eric Sir6 and I were filming here. It seemed like there was nobody here. Like very few people, just the daring. So it's kind of an unwritten rule though, when you're walking around other people, especially when there's crowds or clusters. Here in Japan, we're wearing a mask, and if there's nobody around, I will usually just take it off. You got to use your common sense a little bit, but the majority of the people now in Japan have been vaccinated, so that's not the same issues that we had about 2 months ago. We have to change the way we think and approach, depending on the situation. Wow, we've got really bright skies and heavy shadows. That's Orange Street, because it's orange. You can see it's orange. This is kind of neat. It's on the, if you look at Google Maps, it'll even tell you it's Orange Street. I'm sure there's a history and a reason behind it. Everything has a story. Are we getting close to Hoppy Street, which is a place where people booze and sit outside, drink with their friends. A lot of new street food places. If you do look up, you can see the buildings do look quite old. Again, all these shacks were built after World War II in the 1950s and 60s, have been renovated over time. They look pretty nice. They've had sort of a facelift. You have to do it, especially if they're made of wood like this. You do have to keep renovating them. But I'm not sure, based on the structural integrity of these, how long they'll be around, since the city of Tokyo is trying to get rid of these older buildings because of the earthquake resistance. All right, we're here at Hoppy Street. You can see there are a lot of people out. This is the day after the state of emergency ended, so people are out and about enjoying some booze, seeing with their friends. There's the rickshaws here, some of them that take you around. They're kind of cool to do, the rickshaws, because the rickshaw drivers really do know the history. Some of them can speak pretty good English, and that'll unlock this area for you, because if you know the history and meet some of the locals, it makes it a lot more fun. All right, we can walk around here a little bit, take a look at Hoppy Street. Then I want to go and ask the mochi owner, who we just passed his shop, if I can come back on Monday. Wow, there are a lot of people. I like this vibe. Look at that. A lot of people are out and about, drinking, eating. There's a couple of pubs. During the state of emergency, there was only one shop, the one right here in the yellow, that was open. A lot of these just were closed because they couldn't get people to come in. Now look at it, it's so poppin'. It's awesome. So tomorrow I'm supposed to meet with Eric. We're gonna do our final scene here on this street. And hopefully we can get our closing scene here, kind of enjoying and having fun. We've both been fully vaccinated, so we still have to try to be careful. It's nice though. I miss this. For the longest time, we haven't been able to really enjoy life around, but now we can. That's pretty nice here. Hello. How you doing? Hello. Yeah.
I'm Greg. I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. It's nice, finally open and everything's kind of returning a little bit, yeah?
Awesome.
Yeah, where are you from?
New York.
From New York, awesome.
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, from New York, East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I follow your channel all the time.
awesome. I'm filming an 8K trying to show people the area.
Okay.
So it's nice to see there's a lot of people. Hey.
Very
Nice to meet you
so much
too.
for the YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yeah,
If you ever get down to Yokosuka, let me know.
I will.
Yeah,
I'd love to go down there. It's been so long, I haven't been able to leave Tokyo really.
You haven't? Oh,
Yeah.
No. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, can I give you my phone number or something?
Sure. You know what? I have a website, Only in Japan TV. There's a form in there. Just send me an email message.
Okay. If you're ever in
probably
Yokosuka,
easiest.
look me up. That's where I'm stationed.
Awesome. Yeah. I got a lot of friends down there too.
Do you?
They're nice.
All right, John.
Yeah. Take care.
Greg is my name.
Greg. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. That's Greg from Yokosuka. He's originally from New York. I like that. It's very easy to make friends around here. When you're drinking, you see friendly faces, you talk. That's the vibe of this area of Asakusa. You don't get that so much in other areas of Tokyo, I think. But this has a Stamachi feeling, meaning it's kind of old world, and you don't get that in a lot of other areas around the city of Tokyo. But this outdoor eating culture, ah man, I miss it. Just because of the state of emergencies, everything was closed down around 8 p.m. and even when it was open, things were really limited. But it doesn't look like that they have partitions or anything like that. It's sort of just a konnichiwa, just kind of like a free for all. Let's go ask the mochi maker if I can come back on the weekday to film. He's right here on the corner. That'd be great if his name is Kaneko-san. Kaneko-san, 月曜日大丈夫ですか？
月曜日、はい、大丈夫です。
だいたい2時ぐらい同じ
2時ぐらい、そうですね、2時ぐらいに来てもらえれば。
わかりました。はい。
お願いします。
ちょっと1日ちょっと遅くで大丈夫ですね。
よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。Alright, cool. So he's okay for me to come on Monday to film. Here, I'm going to pan around and show you the shop here. It says Dango. Kaide is the name of the shop. It's not an old shop with a lot of history going back like 100 years, but it's a family business and they've been doing this for quite a while. And they have the Dango sign out on the weekends. They were so crowded today. They had a line today for people wanting Dango. So delicious. Here's some of the rickshaws that are going down the street now. This place is also really good. The sweet potatoes. Check it out here. It's so good. These sweet potatoes. It's 340 yen for one, but they're so soft and so naturally sweet. It's delicious. Hi, konnichiwa. We filmed them a few weeks ago, so she has a big smile and recognizes me. All right, let's walk down Orange Street. And then we'll connect back around. No, I wanted to take you to Sensoji Temple, so let's go do that before the battery dies. This is kind of a test run just to see how these 8K streams work and how will this look. Don't know. How long will it take to upload 8K? Now I'm filming 8K 30p 420 10-bit. All right, Orange Street is really nice to visit, but I think I'm gonna have to come down here tomorrow morning to film the time lapses and stuff, or come on Monday. The weekend is just too crowded for me to really get access. The thing with hold on a second. All right, there's nobody around here. The thing with filming and getting permission and access is that you have to pick a time that the business owners are comfortable with. If you just walk up to them and say, can I film? Sometimes they'll say yes, especially outside of Tokyo, but things are just so busy. They don't want to inconvenience the customers that they have. Many of them are returnees to the shop. So as long as the customers feel comfortable, they'll return. So they don't want to jeopardize that. It's all about risk. And there's less risk of that on the weekdays. So I'm kind of happy that I could finally film that. It's been a week. Supposed to film it on Friday, but the typhoon really killed that. Let's turn it around here. The line has not ended for this Menchikatsu. You could see the weekends are just, this shop is just completely killing it with business. Smells great. This is a really nice, they have karepan here, which is quite famous too, but they don't have the line. This shop, the Anshinya, they're not quite as popular as the Menchikatsu, but the line does get quite busy. All right, we're back to the intersection where now we're gonna make a left and go up towards Asakusa Sensoji Temple, founded in the 8th century. This is crazy. So this means here, I guess, get off your horse. So dismount your bicycle. No bicycles going through here. Somebody in the live stream earlier asked me about that. Wow, I'm noticing that 18mm lens is quite wide. Looks good, but sometimes you want to pop in and get closer. See, there's no zoom control. Let's get closer to the shops. You see, a lot of these are omiyage, just gifts. Gifts that you would buy to take home. Even if you're living in Japan, you might want to bring something back. If you're from Nagano or from Niigata or even further away. If you're visiting Tokyo and you're coming to visit Sensoji, you might want to bring something back for your family member or kids. So even the Japanese tourists want really cool gifts like this. But boy, that's a cute kimono for little girls. Is that a ninja? They put these sheets down to block the sun. Whoa, this one looks pretty good. What is that? These are like daifuku. Oh, these are agemanju, which is like deep fried something. I don't know. I gotta mark that down. Maybe Eric and I can hit that tomorrow. All right, here's the outer gate. The outer gate to Sensoji, and we're gonna walk in there, just take a quick look around. This gimbal is much heavier than the Osmo Mobile 4, which is what I use with my smartphone. But I think it's light enough where I can do this for an hour. That's important. That's why this lens, which is a lot cheaper, maybe not as sharp, but it still looks really good. That kid's having fun. All right, this is Sensoji. People on the left are getting omikuji, or fortune-telling slips. You can go up there and give your prayer. New Year's during Hatsuno Mode, there must be 1 million people, 2 million people come and do their prayers, probably more. So let's go in here. I'll cleanse your soul by bringing some of the smoke into you. These incense don't have too much of a smell to them. They're very neutral smelling incense. And there you go. I'm not going to take the camera in. This is just a test run. I try to get permission if I film. I'm somewhat shy, but not really. I would still go in there. But just the camera's a lot bigger. I don't want to create a problem for anybody. It's just too crowded. It's really hard to film. It's really hard to film when it's really crowded in places like Tokyo. I think that's another reason to go outside of the city, because when it's not so crowded, it's just a lot more relaxed. And the people that you ask for permission to film are probably going to say okay, because they do have a lot more free time. And for a lot of these businesses here, there's no incentive to ask for people to give permission to film, because they don't really need the publicity. As you can see, some of these shops are doing pretty good. I remember they've been working on this pagoda for a long time. It's backlit right now. Wow, it's a real floral looking yukata. I'm glad they finished it. This was under scaffolding for a long time. They did so much renovation work before the Olympics. So much renovation work before the Olympics. Nobody really came to take advantage of it and enjoy it, to take pictures of it. The social media from all of the athletes and media, it just didn't take place. It's kind of a waste. So I hope over the next couple of years, if the pandemic wanes, we'll have people coming back and showing how beautiful the city is now that it's been renovated like this. Everything looks cleaner in the city of Tokyo, and you're going to be really mostly impressed with like the Shibuya area. The renovations there, the projects that have been ongoing for like a decade, have finally started to finish up, and it's just so much more beautiful and easier to get around than it was a few years ago. So I'm going to take you around the back alley here. Again, a lot of people like to dress up in kimono and then grab pictures around here in front of the gate. Now, Nakamisedori is quite vibrant. You can see a lot of shops here, but going to the left or the right of it, you see the back of it. These alleys also have a lot of street food. The rent is cheaper. And there's still a lot of people walking down these streets. But it's a lot more relaxed on the side alleys here. I like this. You see all these collectibles here. Asakusa just has that old world small family feel to it, where these businesses are still run by families for generations, and that part of it might go away over the years, but I don't know, it still has it right now, and I like that, and I hope this area doesn't change that much. But it's hard not to, because everything is a business here. Even in Japan, people want to make money and they want to redevelop and they want it to be more beautiful. And when I walk around Osaka, I'm struck at how much more characteristic the streets are. This is a really famous place. If you do have a dress up in a kimono, a lot of girls will stand here in front of this little mini door. It's got kind of that 1950s feel to it or something, Showa era. All right. So let's make our way back to the front Kaminarimon. You can see through here onto there's little openings where you can look into Nakamisedori, and you can tell it's a lot more crowded here. There's also a public restroom on this side. You can see that coming up on the left side. Looks like an old Showa era toilet. Hey! An old Coca-Cola ad. It's a new ad that looks retro. I like that. Here's the Asakusa Kagetsuro Melon Pan satellite shop. They have here selling the same melon pan that they had in the Shoten Guy, the covered mall that I showed in the live stream today. or a day before now. You're probably watching this the next day. So give me some feedback. Leave it in the comments below. What do you think of these 8K live streams? Is this something that's interesting? I can see this getting better. I want to connect up the Discord server, and I want to have people calling in to me live. You can hear me, you can see me. You won't be able to see the video, but I think being able to share the experience with everybody is something that is, it's just something that's deep into my core, because when travel was banned to Japan, just felt like it was a responsibility to try to keep bringing Japan to people so you are interested in it. Because I know Japan is competing with France, it's competing with Thailand, it's competing with Australia, and even in the US and with Florida and all the other places with really nice attractions. Japan's competing, so I feel like I want to help Japan, and it's my home. Oh, this one has the really cold. There's some old -5 degrees Celsius cider machines where they come out frozen. It's pretty cool. When you open it, it freezes up. There's the Kengokuma building. Really nice day. I'm glad that I came out here and filmed. Yeah, let me know what you think. Was this something that you think is interesting to you? I'm gonna try to connect up the Discord server and talk with people live to share this like you are here with me. Let me move up here. So a lot of people that are here, a lot of people that are Western that are here, they are living here. They're not really tourists. But there you go. This is Kaminarimon. This is the end of the line. Thanks so much for watching this 8K live stream. My bicycle is parked illegally across the street over there, so I better get moving. But leave me a comment below on your thoughts, and I'll see you in another live stream or 8K really soon.